Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nushaika Shaira binti Saleh, and I would like to share with you guys about genetic modification. Genetic modification is a technique that involves transferring a piece of DNA from one organism to another to change the characteristic of a plant, animal, or microorganism. This is accomplished by selectively removing the desired genes from the DNA of one organism and inserting them into the DNA of the others. This method has been used to create fungi and bacteria that produce medicine, for example. Within genetic modification, we distinguish between C-genesis and transgenesis. In plants, C-genesis refers to the transfer genetic material from related plant, and the transfer of genetic material from unrelated species is known as transgenesis. Next, I would like to share about the ethical issue in this topic. Like we know, animal recombination DNA technology has become more common in recent years, bringing with it ethical concerns, many of which are related to animal welfare, which is defined as the state of the animal by the World Organization for Animal Health. However, animal deals with the circumstances in which it lives because of the international issue that genetically modified animals present. Regulatory organization has started to implement policies that regularly call for increased awareness and monitoring of potential animal welfare effects. Animals that have undergone induced mutation, for example, by chemicals or radiation, as opposed to spontaneous mutation that occur naturally in populations. And cloned animals are also considered genetically engineered due to the direct intervention and planning involved in creating these animals. Cloning is the process of reproducing specific cell type from a parent cell or reproducing a specific section of the cell or DNA to propagate a desired genetic feature. Next, I will elaborate about this ethical issue. Biotechnology and genetic manipulation appear to be incompatible with animal rights because they involve manipulating animals for human goals as if they were human property rather than viewing them as valuable individuals. The ability to trademark animals is recent development that promotes of the idea that animals are human property rather than beings. For example, some modern pigs have been engineered to develop too quickly for their hearts, causing pain when the animals are overly active. Next, I will explain about implication of this ethical issue that cause genetic modification in animals and organisms. They may have an impact on biodiversity if introduced into the ecosystem. Exciting species, for example, may be displaced by new species that are more dominant. This and other possible outcomes are considered throughout the licensing process. Of course, not genetically modified animals, plants, and organisms can also have negative consequences. To estimate the impact on biodiversity, knowledge is required. This data must be updated on a regular basis so that the government can analyze future GMO effects on biodiversity. Okay, lastly is about my opinion on this issue. For my opinion on this issue is about animal welfare concern that could arise at any time during the generation and era of genetically altered animal. The following section go over some of the issues that arose during the CCAC peer-driven guidelines development process and subsequent impact analysis consultations. As previously said, genetic alteration permits animals to be free of disease. Because of breakthrough in genetic engineering, genetic engineers can now spot issues in animals before they are born. So because of early discovery, many disorders can be treated before birth, so allowing all animals to be born stronger and healthier. So animal genetic modification has a commercial component as well. For example, like a cow can be genetically modified to produce more milk or beef. Cattle can be genetically modified to grow faster and bigger. So the ability to manage the quantity of the animal produce product, like while reducing production time, can help the agriculture industry to increase profit margin. I think that's all from me. Thank you.